I can't tell you how many times I've been up there talking on a certain subject and I get choked up and it's hard to talk. But I think people see that as a sincerity. They know that you believe in what you're saying, so they're going to pay a lot more attention to what you have to say if it comes across that way. And to do it, you have to have enthusiasm, you have voice inflection, you have body movement, you have all these things that convey that here's what's important and here's why I believe it's important.
We're not going to make a difference if we're not going to change attitudes and behaviors. Why are we even here today? So my charter with you, when we talk about this stuff for the next little bit while we're going through this, is I hope you have something that you can walk out of here, no kidding, and take with you to make a difference at work. And that's my goal as we set out today.
Safety as an occupation, as a career field, as something to do, I find very motivating because it is something about caring for people. It is something that makes a difference, both to the organization and to an individual. Being able to affect attitudes and behaviors in a way that it make an impact, I find very motivating.
Fundamental truth number 4 is people can't assess their own performance. They don't know when things are impacting them. When I was explaining to you what a wingman was, that's exactly what I was talking about. We can't see threats, we can't see things that are impacting our performance. We need other people in our lives.
As a speaker, I find it more rewarding sometimes when the audience is very skeptical when they walk in the door. You know, they have that body language with the arms crossed and the little frumpy look on the face. And to be able to hook them in to the subject that you're talking about, and you can see the eyes light up, you can see the body language change. Pretty soon they're sitting forward and paying attention. So to me as a speaker, being able to make that conversion and to get somebody involved and to pull emotion out of somebody eventually that didn't want to be there to begin with, I find very rewarding.
Here's an actual poster. I know it's kind of small and everything right here, but if just read this. Being a soldier means somebody's always got your back, an army of one. I laughed when I saw this. I don't know, if you're an army of one, who's got your back? Is it you? I got my back, I got my back, I got my back, I got my back. I hope you're your own best friend. All right, so I just found that whole thing just to be a little bit goofy.
Well, how resilient somebody is going to affect their ability to work. It's going to affect how safe they are, how efficient they are. And things that happen in people's private lives do affect their professional performance. If they're distracted, if there's things that are going on that will take their focus away from work, it's going to make them less efficient. It's going to make the organization less viable. So when you have an organization, say with 100 people in it, making sure that you have that wingman ethos, that we take care of each other, that we address those issues, even if they're in people's private lives, we have to realize we can't draw a line between our private lives and our professional performance. What happens in one affects the other.
The best people are the most vulnerable. When we look at people who've never had a problem before, we look at people who are up somewhere in the chain of command, they're not going to have that peer group. There's going to be people that are going to be afraid to approach them. Simply look at a lot of the high-profile people. You look at congressmen, you look at people in leadership positions, people in the military right now that have had problems with ethics and issues. It's because this right here, that same support mechanism isn't there. Well, the same thing's true in an occupation. If somebody's really good in an occupation, nobody's going to go up and hold them accountable. If somebody's really good at what they do, who am I to go talk with them about issues going on in their lives? All right, so it seems like a lot of times the best people, the ones that seem most resilient, the ones that have never had problems before, are the most vulnerable to being the ones with problems.
I've had situations where I've had people come up and talk very personal issues that said, you know, thank you very much. What you said will make a difference to me. And I'm going to think about what I do, my attitudes, my behaviors at work because of this presentation or because of what I heard today. And to me, it makes it all worth it.